You know, if you were to come here, I would be a host. We could play cards. I remember watching a card game once called Pontoon, and you get dealt a hand, that's the hand you're dealt with. And you can add up the numbers of those two cards. You might get as little as 5 or 6 or 7. You might get 14. A lot got 12. And basically it sort of runs between 1, well actually 2 and 19 with 2 cards. 18 really. So this game of Pontoon that I watched, there's an awful lot of people decided to stick at 19. This is all metaphor, by the way. I'm going to leave you to work out what it is, but let me just say that the numbers represent years in the 21st century. So the banker actually got 20. A lot of people matched the bank. And then an even smaller number got 21 or got 5 cards. See, the thing is, even if you had 18, what are the odds? What's in your favour? What's going against you? What's your gut telling you to do at that point? You see, you can fold and you can play again. That's entirely up to you. It may be sometimes worth knowing when to quit. Quit while the going is good. But what if you've got a total of 15 with those 2 cards, for example? You don't want anything over an 8. But what's stopping you from taking that chance and saying twist? Because every story in this reality of what appears to be duality has a twist. You see, if you say twist and and you're dealt another card, what's going to happen? You're going to go bust. If you're beaten by the bank, what's the difference? The outcome is going to be the same. So aim for 21 is the coming of age. It's expressed in the external world in things like car insurance, for example. Whatever you look at is a sign for you. And of course, Pontoon. It's just a game of cards, isn't it? It's pretty harmless, pretty meaningless. But Pontoon is a bridge. It's connecting things, connecting 2 points. I wonder what those points would be. Especially when it revolves around 21. Obviously 19 and 20 had big parts to play. And a duration of 19 years. But now there's a duration... that's interesting. That's actually 16 years. I wonder if it was just coincidence that the last video I made actually went public at 16:19. You see, numbers communicate in a language. So for example, when I'm uploading a video, I'm watching the percentage that has been uploaded, I'm watching the estimated time left to finish the uploading, I'm watching the percentage on the battery on the phone, and I'm also watching the time. Between those 4 points, those 4 coordinates, it spells out messages. So I get 46% and 64 minutes remaining. Then it will flip over the other way. It'll be 64% uploaded and only 46 minutes remaining, and things like that. And then little hidden things like 1, 5 and 6, which is still 666. So if I was you, I would consider the knowing. That would make you a knower. If you identify with knower, you'll know exactly what the ark is and why you have two of each animal. Remember, this is all an inside job. Now, it might be a little bit kind sometimes to let a particular type of mammal that's got a bad reputation, because we're in a realm of duality, of course. So let out two sewer rats. They're really good at getting through pipes and things. They will chew through cables. We can call these cables neural pathways. Because if the body is telling on the mind, and you release those two rats, I'm going with the spiritual meaning of all these animals. Look at the spiritual meanings, what they mean, and then how you can turn them inward and release them within inside your ark. You will destroy old neural pathways. Now, there are many of those. They're called rabbit holes. I'll give you some examples. Mud floods. Yes, very fascinating, but you start digging too deep, you're going to get stuck in that mud. Tataria. Well, the story as presented it is something in the past. So my question is, why are you trying to bring the past into the present? That, by very definition, is a seance. You are not going to find the answer to Tataria. It is another rabbit hole. What you will find is, because you are bringing it from the past into the present, you will find yourself in Tata Is. That is mentioned once in the scriptures. If you want to go there, that's up to you. And flat earth, that's another huge psyop. Clearly it is not flat. I live in a valley. Think of it like the atom. You're on the solid part at the centre of an atom. But this reality wants to put you on the outside, and you're on that wheel of fortune, so you're being squashed by the wagon, and then you're at the top again, to use an analogy that Paul of Dove and Serpent Tarot used, which was absolutely brilliant. So it's about bringing yourself to the centre, the cross, the axe, the X in axle, the axe L. L is God in human form. You need to be at that centre point. You don't want to be going round and round in this world, being whirled around in this like a wheel, or not, you're a hamster in a wheel. Bring yourself to centre and just observe what's going on around you. See the chariot move. Again, this is all metaphor. It's meant to be. It all has meaning. It just depends what you're observing with your eyes. I mean, you can go even further. You may be drawn to a spiritualist church. Spiritualist churches seem to open for mediumships and things during the week, on the weekdays, because the original intentions were probably very good, but then it became administered by ministers and became part of the system. We can't have any Christians branching off and following the gnosis route, so we'll prey on your looking for your great aunt that's just died or whatever. Which brings me to another topic. Yahweh. I'm pretty sure you've heard the name. But do you really know what it means? Well, Yah and Way. It's actually like Yah and We. Now, if you flip them over, you've got Ouija. As in Ouija board. Do not tamper with a Ouija board. The only spirit you are going to be drawing and it's feeding on your energy is that Yahweh, that desert demon. The very fact that I am here in this body and many other bodies. But in this particular case, operating through this vessel, the very fact that I am here should be a wake-up call. Do not concern yourself with what happened on the 8th, for example. Yes, something may have been done, something may have been tried. But remember, there is always a balance. There is always a rain cloud followed by sunshine. So every step that is made by the dark side is matched by the light and brought back into balance. There is chess and there is a game of chess. Mark the difference. This is a psychological game. And if you learn how to play the game, it's very easy. I'm going to leave that there because there's a lot more that could be said. I could spill the beans because John is Jack, and I have no need to steal the golden goose because all will be given. Seek the kingdom within and all will be given to you. I don't need to go and steal the golden goose. The golden goose will come to me. It's that easy. It's just simple magnetics at the end of the day. So I hope that has struck a chord with some of you. And hopefully you haven't fallen into one of these deep rabbit holes, because you won't find the end of it, and you're going to have to dig yourself back out of it, because no one can do it except you. Can try and give you a hand up, but if you go into deep into these things, you're missing out on the most important thing of all, which is within you. If you want to see things with clarity, with Christ all clear vision, then you need to do the inner work. If you don't know anything about the inner work, come and talk to me. Love to you all.